Welcome back. So far we've taken our hospital admissions file and we've added the country information to the stream by doing a lookup on our country file that gave us the country code 2-digit, 3-digit, and the population. And also we renamed the fields like date, reported date, and the year, week to reported year, week. And we've split this stream into daily and weekly. The next thing to do is to add the week start date and end date to our weekly file. In order to do that, we need to make use of the dim date file that we've seen previously. So let's switch to the hospital admissions file first, and I'll explain what needs doing. Okay, this is our hospital admissions file, and let me do a filter on just the weekly record so that we are looking at the data we need to be. And as you can see here, there are no dates for those ones, but you've got the year-week column populated and there is one record per week. But the format of the year-week case in 4-digit year W, and then you've got 2-digit week numbers. So what we need is a corresponding record for this on the dim date stream so that you can join the two to get the week start date and the end date. Let's see how we do that. And if I switch over to the dim date file so that it's got one record per day within this file, but what we would need is if we take the week 2 as an example, so this column is the year, and this is the week of the year. So we need to derive one record for this week, and that would have 2020 W and then 02. That's a 2-digit week number. And for this, we would want to have the main date, which is the 5th of January as the week start date, and max date, which is the 11th of January as the weekend date. So that way you would get one record per this week. So 52 records for the whole year. And then you can join up this to the hospital admissions file. And then you can push the week start date and weekend date to that stream. So, before we search to Data Factory and start developing the data flow, let's first upload this file into our storage account so that we can read the file from there. So let me go to Storage Explorer, and we want to put the file under a lookup container, and I'm going to upload this file. Just so you know, this file will be made available as part of the course material, so you can make use of this. So that's now being uploaded. Okay, so that's done now. And let me switch over to the Data Factory, and we need to create a source for the data lookup now. So I'm going to call this one as dim date source. And we need to create a new data set for this. Let's click on New to create the data source, and let's pick the Data Lake Storage Gen 2, and this is a CSV file, so let's go for the delimited text, click Continue. And I'm going to call this one as ds_dim_date_lookup. And let's pick the link service we already have. And let's browse to the file here. And that would under lookup, and that is the dimdate.csv. Click OK on that. And we know it's got a header, so let's pick that. Let's pick the schema, import the schema from the connection as well. So click OK, so that data set's now being created, and we can leave where there says default. And let's look at the data preview. Let's click refresh. Okay, the refresh is now complete. As you can see here, the data from the dim date file is now being displayed here, so that's great. That's the end of this session, but in the next session we are going to use the derived column transformation to transform our data to create the year-week column we described earlier, which would contain the year and the week combined in one column. I'll see you then.